Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Frank, what should the golfers be looking out for today?
Going to have to play well from tee to green for a start. That's where most of the problem is. It sets up beautifully for what we call a second shot golf course. Providing you can get the ball in play, you will get rewarded for good iron play around here. The reason why is because when you miss, you're penalized.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Just a great pass at the golf ball. 310 yards and in the fairway.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Getting set to play the second shot here at the first hole. Good-looking shot right here. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his middle.
Shouldn't be a problem here. -1 in the early going. So a tester from 4 feet. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
All right, Frank, what's the player looking at here on the second hole with the approach shot?
Well, Rich, notice the bunker that cuts into the green on the left side. It turns it into a crescent-shaped green. So really there's 3 distinct sections, the one in the back, the one in the middle, and the front. Just be very wary of where the flag is here.
That will be a great look at birdie. Second shot now at the second hole. So in the red figures at 1 under. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Now at -2 for the day. Frank, players had hybrids. Some had irons out off the tee on that short par 4 second. time to get the big stick out here on the third?
It certainly is. The third hole you play here, 3 totally different looks off the tee. This hole appears straightish off the tee, but well bunkered down the left, which makes you push that tee shot a little to the right. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win. All right, Frank, what do you think of this second shot here at the third?
Player gets a big opportunity here. Even though this green is 35 yards deep, it just angles away to the left side. As long as you don't leave the ball out that right side, there's a good chance for a birdie here at 3.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole, and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past and miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that. It's a positive attitude.
Even par early on. Frank, we're not at the beach. We're in the California desert, but I'm staring at plenty of sand right here.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving here. This is where somehow you do have to focus on exactly where they put the flag, and that's on the green stuff. Green is 36 paces deep. If you can just focus on that and don't let Pete Dye's sort of weirdness with all that snaking bunkers left and right, then just try and approach it as a straightforward par 3. I know it's easy to say, hard to do.
Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now.
Oh, this is right at it.
These putts keep the round together. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there, and yeah, good thing too. He's actually putting well.
In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard 5th hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the Bombers, too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So with the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable. But if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards.
Oh, that's fine.
There are a number of really good and important grow the game initiatives out there. One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hands, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is just so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. He's made a birdie. Takes the score to 2 under par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, the architect Pete Dye is known for visual intimidation. We see it at TPC Sawgrass at the Players every year. And you see it right here, Frank, at this 255-yard par 3-6 with water everywhere you look.
Yeah, you could make an argument here that it suits a little bit of a cut, like a Lee Trevino-style fade that starts at the left and moves its way to the green, but then that's also moving back towards the water. Conversely, if you try and fly it over that water on the right side with a little bit of a draw, then the green starts to run out on the left side. Have I made it sound hard?
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. And he makes it for par. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards. So I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because water on the right. And if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. And he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. This from about 10 feet. Yeah, here we go. Starting to roll now. 4 under with that birdie. Six under on the day. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good contact, good result. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Frank, for a long time, the stadium course at PGA West was thought to be too difficult for the professionals. How'd that happen?
It wasn't really unusual. A lot of Pete Dye courses, when they first came out, with the wooden bulkheads, so visually intimidating. It was such a departure from traditional golf design that players, they weren't very receptive to it. They thought it was too punishing, and yet now we look some 20, 30 years later, Pete Dye is going to go down with the Mackenzies, the Donald Rosses, the C.B. McDonalds as one of the most innovative and one of the great architects that actually changed the direction that the game's gone.
Back in the late 1980s, the Tour Pros actually refused to go back to the stadium course. They signed a petition to get it removed as one of the host courses, a ban that effectively ran until 2015. But now the Career Builder Challenge will return to the rotation in 2016. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No, no chance. Now the approach shot here on this par 5 8. I mean, that's how the game is played. right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
All right, Frank, just on the fringe, he might be thinking about making this.
Yeah, he's a better chipper than you, Rich.
And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Just the tap in to finish the hole. Takes care of business. 5 under par. Frank, the par 4 ninth at 452 yards is all you want.
You could make 5 here every day just by poking it down the left side, but who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Now the difficult second shot here at the par 4 ninth. Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Frank, just a surgical touch out there.
And the scorecard reflects yet another birdie.
This is for his birdie. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, again, this would appear to be a pretty good scoring opportunity.
This is so much about getting the distance right here. Bunkers on the left, there's the water to carry, that's needless to say, but also the mounding that's just behind the screen and to the right. It's very easy to just take the trouble out of play in the front and then find the trouble behind the screen. So second shot, judging the distance, imperative here. there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Settles in over the putt. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Now at the long par 5 11th. They call it eternity with good reason. It is 617 yards. Frank, what's the game plan here?
Hit it as long as you can, hopefully only a couple of times, and you can get fairly close to this green. A little pitch up there, but even if you go for this green or try and get close, that's when you start to notice the water that comes in on the left side. So you can't just bash away. Might only be a couple of bunkers in play off the tee, but they have to be avoided.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there. Second shot.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. This will be a birdie if it drops. 8 under par, for the round. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9 on, are you better with a wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up. Oh, that's fine.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Club has been pulled. Ready for the second shot now at the par 4 12th. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
So yet another short iron shot into a par 4 here at the 12th. Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Frank, what do you make of this par 3 13th at 214 yards?
It's another example of Pete Dye using those sort of very harsh wooden bulkheads that give you that such a definitive line around the edge of the green. Plus, it's his ability to turn a straight hole into a very angular or crooked looking hole.
And this is looking really good. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another. Really. This is an awkward length.
Frank, I thought that was in. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
In for par. Just a couple of feet. 13 under on the day. Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left. That's an absolute beauty.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That is an unusual golf swing, but those have worked throughout time. Lee Trevino, Ray Floyd, Jim Furyk. They've done all right, haven't they? Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
And drops it in. Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, How could they get at this whole location and make a birdie? They call this turning home.
I think that's where you have to be a little more aggressive off the tee shot. A drive of 280 yards can certainly take those two bunkers down the left out of play. There is one in the distance down there, 350 yards, so even the longest hitters can still hit driver down there. You imagine pumping one down there, sort of 340 yards. Now you turn a long hole into a drive and a wedge. That's how you get aggressive.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
These putts keep the round together. Has his par. And getting ready for the putt. Headed to rarefied territory already. 15 under par for the round. Now to the par 5 16th. Frank, this is a pretty solid hole.
Like all the other par fives here, length gets a big advantage here. This hole, as you mentioned, bends to the left, and that bunker can be taken out of play by the longest hitters. 326 yards will get you past that. Otherwise, there's sort of a V shoot down the right side that everybody else has to respect.
Boy, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Boy, this one has a chance to be really good.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So, Frank, you arrive on the tee box. What are you thinking here as you look out at the hole they call Alcatraz? Par 3 17th at 168 yards.
Well, we've seen it all here, Rich, from that hole-in-one that Lee Trevino had in the Skins game all the way back in 1987 to people splashing away left, right, and center. No advice here. You can see what's in front of you.
Well, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Frank, how about that?
Well, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead. Straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
This is a 9-footer. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Frank, one last critical approach shot here at 18.
Well, if we see someone left of this flag that's not in the water, they've pulled their second shot.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That was a solid strike and a good result. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh, I thought he had that. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Good putt. Needs this for par. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.
Alright guys, yeah, vote which game you want. I was going to say either Tekken 7, oh, I've got feedback. Let's see, Uncharted, Lost Legacy, or Injustice 2. Let's see, FIFA 17, King of Monsters, yeah, so Tekken 7, Uncharted Legacy, Injustice 2, FIFA 17, King of Monsters. What else have I got? Let's see. Crash Bandicoot, I guess. Whatever you guys want. You're thinking Injustice 2. I'm thinking Injustice 2 as well. Sounds good to me. Yeah, let's do this shit. Alright, I'm gonna go into Injustice in a Crash Bandicoot. Oh, hang on, let me just check if I still got it on my hard drive or did I take it off. Oh, I'm gonna have to re-download that, so it's, yeah, it's gonna be either Tekken 7, Injustice 2 or Uncharted or Wipeout. I'm gonna have to re-download Crash Bandicoot. I forgot about that. I took it off my hard drive to save some space. So should I do Injustice? I'll do Injustice 3. Okay, right. Give me about 5-10 minutes and I'll be back online. Thanks guys for streaming in. God bless you. Peace.